Hello there, all you fabulous phantoms. This is GhostUrsa, your host, and this is my haunting hour. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It looks like my visual for chat is broken. I don't know what's going on with that, so I'm gonna turn that off. But no, today is the day. I know people have been asking about this for a while, so I think it's about time I start taking a peek at this game. This is Slay the Princess. It's supposed to be a very, very interesting horror game visual novel that they've created. I am excited to give this a try. I wanted to try this last Halloween, close to when it came out, but didn't have a chance to, so this is my chance at a redo in this case. So I'm excited to give this a try. So let me know what you think about this game as we go through it. And I'm gonna get started here. Yeah, because I don't want to have to keep waiting. Flame, good to see you. And I don't... Dang it, why is this thing still broken? Alright, I gotta get rid of that chat. The chat's still giving me issues. Sorry, guys. I thought I turned that off, but apparently my OBS is just giving me problems. I think it's like too delayed for an update. Anyway, let's give this a try. New game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the
it's
woods,
narrated.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Fair enough. Okay. Oh, you can move the camera. Hey, Life!
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Why? Who said that? Yo. Oh, we have a lot of dialogue options here. Okay, the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered? Oh, lots of explorable options. I always want to open monarch. Oh, I can just turn around and leave. What happens if I turn around to leave? The narrator's a little quiet. I don't know how else I can turn the volume up. Well, you know, I'll just turn the game's volume up for now. Normally, I don't do that, but I got a feeling this game's going to be a little on the quiet side today. So, yeah, we'll just turn that up. Because, I mean, I checked the volume, or the in-game settings. I got voice chat up on this thing full, so we'll just... I know, this is a lot of voice options. You know what? What happens if I just say no? Let's just go no.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I don't even know how I got here. Yeah, okay.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yeah, we do.
What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Voice of the hero.
Oh,
Oh,
that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
that's my voice.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
What the heck?
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
No, I'm out.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Just yours.
Remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Isn't that what death is? Oh! You're not emotionally blackmailing me into killing somebody? Haha.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
No, I'm leaving.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Yep, yes we do. And what? We're gonna walk up back at the
Oh,
cabin.
would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology.
Astrology?
But it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I could just say no. All right. You know what? I kind of want to dig my heels in. I really do, Phantoms. I'm really curious.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Ooh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
The cabin's right there.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Ooh.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths.
Wow, they really went depth with that.
To draw you back to
Yeah.
where you need to be.
I'm getting cabin in the woods vibes with this.
Wait, what's going on?
That's
You're
on my
too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Well, you told me I had to kill somebody, so...
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh, we don't need to see the world ending? Chapter 2, The Stranger?
You're on a path in the woods.
I walled it off!
That path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It does remind me of the Stanley Parable. Oh. could be mean about it. Yeah, I'm getting sensitive.
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Since the guy who has a wall over there.
What happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
The internal monologue.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. What else we can do to ruin his day? If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever.
What are you talking about? You walled me in here. I can't even leave.
Plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead. What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Oh. Okay.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Oh, you know, we're going through this nice and slow, Arseny. Thank you for showing up. We're going to see what happens with this, because I'm really curious.
A warning before you go any further.
Walls everywhere.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Why should I believe a word you say?
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
What's the contrary?
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Well, I already did that in the beginning. I wonder if every playthrough adds a new voice in your head. So we're actually like a schizophrenic.
Keep an open mind.
Alright, let's see what this is about.
The cabin interior is wrong.
Oh.
A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
That's a little disorienting.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table,
You get like a Dungeons and Dragons narrator vibe with this. And a very angry DM.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, I think it's just a quiet game. I'm kind of tempted to turn the volume up a little bit more on the capture. As I said, I got the game up as high as it will go. And I don't want to... I'm afraid of turning the game audio up too much higher, Phantoms, just because if I do and things get loud, it's going to blast someone's eardrums. So, oh yeah, well, I turned the volume up as high as I feel comfortable. We're at a good range, so hopefully it's going to be okay. Let me know if it's still weird, but I said I've already got this volume up as high as it'll go. I'll even show you here. Yeah, voice volume, maxed. So the only thing I turned down was the music to make it a little easier for you guys to hear his voice. Or her voice, I suppose, so depending on when we get to the princess.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
Oh yeah, somebody's a voice of reason.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess.
If it's a princess, then why is this a
to
thing?
Explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise. You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Yeah, you're the unreliable narrator. Literally. Can we just change your name?
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
How big's the cabin? It's like a single-room cabin.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Can I climb out that window?
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Yeah, true.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay. Okay,
The contrarian is now the voice of reason.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Alright, well, let's go do this the way we probably should, huh? Okay, let's go take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I mean, if she's chained up, can't she just...
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
That's not how you drive that.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
I'm working on that. Fine,
Switch
fine.
your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Starting to feel like this is a sinuous sacrifice
fine.
here.
You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Oh man, he's really in a hurry. Is she like your ex? Okay. Alright, what about this mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Yeah.
Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Oh, I have to do it. I can't just walk away, huh?
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Where's my hand?
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And my hand's a
And
monster.
now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Yeah, my hand was a monster's hand. Alright, let's just enter the basement. Let's see what we're up against.
The door to the
Oh,
basement
come on!
cracks open.
You want me to do this or
revealing
not?
A web of branching staircases, all built from unidentifiable materials.
I hope it's
Nothing
stone
here
and not
seems to
paper.
belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort
I've
of
seen this in
making sense
Labyrinth.
of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere.
I don't think
let
we're gonna
alone
get
down.
GhostUrsa singing to us upside down while he's climbing down the stairs, are we?
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it.
Don't breathe
A
that in.
kind of
You're gonna
indiscernible
get
quality
cancer.
that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
That makes no sense.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Which stairs?
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Oh, we probably are.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that?
She's not a princess.
That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
Nah.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
You know, we'll take it nice and soft and easy.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring
Yeah,
against
it's
your
all
feet.
fake.
The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down.
I think I've seen this in
Like
Dark
they're
Souls.
guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
Let me guess, I'm on a tentacle of a monster.
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in.
Oh, yeah.
First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all.
Should look like
Soon
teeth.
enough, you're
Look at
fighting
that.
just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
This is getting interesting.
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
I don't know. It looks like we're falling back into...
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
What? Hey, what the heck?
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Oh, look, we're going crazy.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish.
And the game's graphics
till
are
the
starting
only
to
things experienced
get more
are
sketch-like.
the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey.
Wow.
A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
This is what happens when you start huffing things you shouldn't that are inside your love seat, apparently. I can't even...
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission,
Oh.
terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Oh. Hi.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Apparently.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Oh, no, I know what I'm doing.
You're here to...
He's just being a butt. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip it. I did at the same time. Forget this thing's got auto-togging. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
Oh, does she know what's gonna happen?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Oh, wow.
We can do that?
Can I do that?
Like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
So I fractured, and now I have 2 psyches, and she's fracturing, and...
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't whatever you saw last time,
right.
Unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head,
Yeah.
Unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Oh, well, look at that. She actually looks a little different on that one.
New plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oh. Why do I have more than one answer here? Oh, I fractured, so there's 2 endings now. I'm kind of afraid to talk to her again. She might fracture again.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
Curious.
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
Bigger?
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again.
Yep.
I don't like where this is going. Neither do I.
Yep.
Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
Wow, that fluffiness really did throw things off, didn't it?
How would we even do that? Where would we start? You could always start by stabbing her. Which her? Any of them.
You're
I
optimistic.
don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine? I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
No, I don't think so
Kind of
either.
hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her.
Yeah.
It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Yeah, obviously. Alright, well...
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but
Yep,
it lands
see, look at that.
different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Yep. Every decision that any of us makes a fractured
You
reality.
can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Why do I have a monster hand?
All at once you charge forward, knife gleaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone.
Oh,
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable
Oh,
mess.
she's happy about it there. And there she got out, and there I left.
But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Oh, she's merging into something.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Oh, shush it. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with her face.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves
Wow.
before it all
Oh, and he's gone.
falls apart.
Whoa.
I think he's gone.
Yeah,
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
I think we lost the narrator.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others,
they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
I don't know what happened.
we can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Ooh, yeah. I think I'm the same way, lady.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
I don't even know how
We
this
should
happened.
help her. I think we did this.
I wonder if she's cursed.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Our actions always have consequences, contrarian.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Please what? Like, I know I'm supposed to kill her, but at the same time, this isn't going to... Because it obviously didn't work. Maybe if you fix her... I got a feeling every decision's going to be bad here. I do. Let's see here. Well, that's the thing. She could destroy... I don't like this answer because she could destroy everything in this state, too, for all I know. If fixing her would make her weaker, then we might have a better chance at actually doing this right. Sure. Ooh. Ah! She just became a flower? Oh, I think I just fused into a table. But you didn't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else?
She's gone.
Oh, is it the
Where did she
mirror?
go? Should we try and find her?
We were in the mirror in the fractured glass. Oh, I get it!
Mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, well, let's
I'm
approach the
begging
mirror.
you, don't do this.
Yeah.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
Okay, well, the two characters in the game don't like it, but we really don't have a choice. There's nowhere else to go.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yeah, we're probably gonna die.
Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
You just said that. Alright, well. It's just a picture of me, right? Yeah. So, I'm also a monster, huh? Yeah, it is pretty quiet. Okay, wait, I can approach the cabin? Whoa! That's not a cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Whoa. Oh, her hands have kind of formed a mouth in there. That's weird. Okay. Okay. The gift of a fragile vessel. Let's find out.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
What?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Oh, something like in her vessel then? And we just got a hint
I
at
am
that?
sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
What?
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
What? Alright, let's see the first one here.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too
Alright, so she's
yearn to be free.
she's fused into some kind of new creature, huh? Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's her mouth. Alright, let's
I
see.
am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
That was weird. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Well, I am not human.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Huh. So what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Oh, I wonder if I'm
There
the
is no
reflection
exit.
of myself.
But this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then
Ooh.
we will know our freedom.
Whoa! Okay, well, what about this?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape,
Okay.
to remold.
I don't know how I feel about this, Phantoms. Yeah.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
So you have no personality of your own until you get out? Okay. I can't even try to kill her, huh?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Oh. How many more pieces of you?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
What? What if I don't let you do this?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry,
This is,
hollow.
confusing. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
What happens if I'm not going back?
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Alright, fine. Let's just see
She
what happens.
asks that I tell you to remember her.
Remember who? The princess?
You won't.
A spiral vessel. So what, they probably
You're
broke
on
the
a
mirror?
path in the woods. And at
Okay.
the end of that path is a cabin.
The real Slay the Princess
And
starts
in
here.
the basement of that cabin is a princess.
At least the wall's gone.
You're here to slay her.
So I wonder if each
If you
playthrough
don't,
has
it
the
will
different
be the
chapters,
end of the
so
world.
you can actually do the spiraling past that way. So I wonder what would have happened if I did the contrarian ending and then went left. Now I'm really curious. So what do you guys Phantoms think? Should we go back to the contrarian ending and try to do with like the left stairs or the right or the center stairs, or should we try to do this the way we're supposed to? Oh, nice. Because, yeah, all these options are now ones I've seen before. Yeah, let's... Alright, we're probably gonna need to make sure find some way to remember this. Because I'm really curious to come back to that and see more about the contrarian ending. You know what? I don't really care enough for that. We're just gonna play anyway. It's been 30 minutes in. We get to see one ending, and I just became a cracked mirror that got shattered into a million pieces. So let's see what happens next. Yeah,
I'm
end of
talking
the...
about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
I don't know. I was already
You
locked in
have
a
to
mirror.
put an end to her.
Yeah.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting.
I hate that. I know the narrator here is supposed to... Yeah.
Look,
give me
you're
more
already
evidence.
on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
That sounds like a
You've
cult
made
thing.
it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
That sounds something like a cultist would say. Yeah.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure
I don't know
you,
if I believe
the
that.
princess is locked up because she's dangerous. she is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
That's an interesting way to talk about chicken and the egg.
You do your job and slay her.
You know what? I slayed her last time and I got locked in a mirror.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of
I like
warning.
that answer.
If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Last time I got turned into a homunculus, so let's just see what happens.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yeah.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
The infinite cabins.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
That's what I would normally say.
Ignore him.
But
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
the voice of the hero, huh? Ooh, that's a different animation.
The interior of the cabin
Oh,
is
hey,
almost
it's a lot different
entirely
now.
bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a
I wonder if
fine
I would have gotten a
layer of
different ending with the
dust.
contrarian
The
if
only
I
furniture of
hadn't
note
touched the
is
mirror.
a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay.
The blade is your implement.
Alright, let's
You'll
see
need
how this
it
ending
if you
would have
want to do
normally
this
gone
right.
if I hadn't been a contrarian in the beginning, huh? Alright, I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Why is there a random knife in here? Why didn't I come with one then? If that was my job to begin with. Who says it was my job?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Okay.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot
that's a completely different
filtering
description.
from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I want to know now if there's an ending or a version of this where she might be not thinking it's a favor, or the narrator won't because it actually
Her
seems like a
voice
nice place.
carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, that's different.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Oh no, I'm gonna talk to her, but I want to get closer first. I don't think talking down the stairs is gonna
You
help.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
What task?
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Completely different personality. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Yeah.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
Yeah, I don't know if she can
It's
actually
fine.
rub off the wall.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Okay. Nope, I'm gonna hang on
You
to it.
ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on
We're gonna
the
hang on to
blade.
we're gonna hang on to the blade just in case.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade
That's an
tightening as you
personality,
steel
I'm
your
curious.
resolve.
She got a tiara?
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too
She's gonna
late.
turn into the Hulk and just
End this.
smash me into the floor like I'm Loki. Alright, well, I'm not dropping the blade, lady.
Then
Let's
I'm
stop.
not talking to you.
Oh.
Well, I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay
Hey,
her already.
hey.
Or drop the blade. Do something.
Why don't I just stare at her while I hold the
Stare
blade?
at the princess, squinting fiercely.
Let's see if we can get her to talk.
She squints.
Okay, I'm enjoying
The
that.
two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you? You'll have to blink eventually.
Alright. Yeah, we'll just go in and do it. We'll try.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Oh.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Wow.
It feels
She has
like you've
kung
been
fu.
hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Ouch.
Holy shit, that hurts!
Yeah, and I'm gonna be hard
But
to
she's
talk for a
unarmed.
while.
The shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Wow.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Wow. Okay,
We
that's
can still turn this around.
I don't know about that. Well, I'm supposed to be here. Let's just see what happens if I try. I'm probably gonna
You
get
and the
murdered.
princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive,
Let's just
but
see
you
what
can
happens.
at least make sure that she won't make it out of here, either.
I'm trying to figure out why I'm the monster here.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers
Ow.
a heavy blow, but
I
you
want to do
push
this
through
and
the
see what happens if
pain,
I talk.
falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Okay. Now they said in the quotes that this is supposed to be both a horror story and a love story. So I'm trying to
This
figure out
was fun.
are we like locked in an eternal torment with this?
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder,
About what?
do you really think this is the end?
Oh, for one of us anyway.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, that was probably the fastest. Oh no, it's not fast.
You're on a path in the woods.
I thought I died
And
at
at
the
the end of that
start back
path
over chapter
is a
1, but
cabin.
nope.
And in the basement of that cabin,
So probably now it's
is
a
a
fractured
princess.
realities, and now she's gonna remember that we hated each other last time, and now we're
you're
gonna try
here
to kill each other
slay
again.
her. If you don't,
That narrator is
the
charming.
end of the world.
He seems to hate my guts.
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Alright.
That's fine. It doesn't matter
Oh,
if he can hear
the
us.
voice of the stubborn.
only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up
Interesting.
that hill.
Oh.
Those are two very different questions, but
Yeah, let me tell you-
I'll indulge
let's figure
if
out what's
that's
going
what
on
it
here.
takes to get you moving.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Actually, I did listen to you. I stabbed her, remember?
We did our best with the information we were given. And we did kill her. And
Yeah.
yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, I'm sure they did.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
The hero doesn't remember that we had that fractured mirror reality.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Ooh, that's a good
Had you
question.
failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a
stop
fight
being
to
stubborn.
win. Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Okay, alright. Alright, let's go see what happens when I try to be up to Mr. Stubborn.
Before you go any further,
Let me
she
guess.
will lie,
and she will
cheat, and she will do
we know that one.
Cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Oh,
Are you sure about that?
Starting to sound like what was it, the Purple Man from Jessica Jones a little bit there.
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever.
I'm already stuck
Okay.
in a time loop, so.
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Okay! Alright, let's see what this chapter 2 is like. Do we get another...
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest.
Oh, hey look,
Its
everything's made of
cold
crystal.
stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully
All right,
direct
let's
you
not
towards
touch
your
the mirror this
destination.
time.
The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
I don't want to touch the mirror again just to see if it gives me the same
blade
ending,
is your
but
implement.
I don't know, Phantoms. I
You'll
might
need
have to
it
do
if
that
you
one
want to
later.
do this right.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid to touch the mirror. I'm afraid to touch the mirror and get the same ending as last time. Let's, see, we did the blade last time, and it didn't work so well. I don't want to do with the talking thing, but this is also chapter 2, and she might actually try to
Take
kill
the
me.
blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
We tried that already. It didn't work. Oh.
Very different.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Narrator's
So
mean.
focus up. The world is dependent.
Phantoms and narrator so mean. Alright, let's ignore the mirror. This time we'll ignore the mirror.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Oh.
revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her
And
a
now
favor.
now she's an angry demon.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is she more angry with me?
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Oh,
This
well.
isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Okay, interesting.
As you descend
Whoa!
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
That's an interesting design.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Yeah, I don't know why this even works.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Oh, so she
And
remembers.
you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
What would happen if I didn't bring the knife? Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's say for a moment I believe you.
Yeah.
For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know
Hey,
who doesn't
Marie!
remember anything that happened
You get
last time?
surrendered to this.
Me. I don't remember what happened last time.
That's a say. That's a very interesting design, and I'm enjoying it.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Okay, yeah. All right. So, yeah. What did you fall into? Well, this is Slay the Princess, and we already tried one ending and got locked into a mirror and turned into a homunculus, and now, we tried killing the princess, and she got reborn as a demon. So, we're trying to figure out what the heck happened.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Okay.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Wow.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Ah, Mr. Stubborn, that's not helping. I don't... Oh, I could just say no and leave. That's a good ending. I don't know about that. I mean, I like the tail, though. Well, you look different, though.
You look exactly the same.
Yeah, I know. I have claws. Alright, what do you remember?
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
Phrasing?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around
Hey,
talking.
hey. We have questions here. I could say no to the demon lady. We could fight the demon lady. I could just say nothing and leave. Or openly admit I don't know what I'm doing. I suppose I might as well just dig into it.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
And she looks way too happy
Here
to
we
see
go.
this.
Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
Hey, that's not helping.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's
Why do I have
chest,
feathers?
splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But
Oh!
she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor.
Yeah, she's definitely stronger.
You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
And now she's free.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Because she got stronger and we
Oh,
didn't.
You don't actually get it, do you?
No.
That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart.
Oh.
You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
That's what happened last time.
So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win.
That's what she wants.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our
Is Mr.
best
Stubborn
course
going to
of
be
action.
panicking? Let's find out.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
I haven't seen that either. We're going to find out what happens together, Phantoms. Mr. Stubborn. No, we're going to bait an
Push
opening.
yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening.
Yeah, that's usually what's the smart part of
Do
fighting.
your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver.
Yeah, we do.
For every glancing blow you
Yeah,
manage
haven't
to
got
land,
the-
she
no
slams
spoilers!
you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
Yeesh.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place. And I own you.
Wow.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
Wow, that's how it's gonna end, huh?
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn
she looks
of what
normal
was
there for a minute.
your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh! Yeah, we got chapter 3. That's interesting. Last time we were just dead and started
You're
off.
on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We
Voice
died
of the
because
haunted?
you didn't have enough of it. So
Whoa.
what, you'd have us
Now we have
cower
another
in a
voice?
corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you
Interesting.
suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone. Yourself, are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning?
I don't know.
Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason.
I'm fracturing like
We
that
may have
mirror.
the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust
I'm a chicken nugget. Well, I got turned into gray matter, so I
Unfortunately, you
suppose.
have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here, are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't even call this a woods.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further.
Interesting. I noticed the wall. We have like a wall here now.
She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too?
Fair enough.
They're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, we killed her once and it didn't work, so. Yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I try to leave, it would actually work. Next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Might as well proceed then. Yeah, let's go to the cabin. We gotta figure what's
Isn't
happening
long
next.
before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin.
Yes, we are staring up the hill at the
Have you
cabin.
given serious thought.
Dang cabin. There's not even trees anymore, guys. This is
One
rocks.
last advice for us? No words of warning?
Yeah.
What I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
Thank you.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is when I finish. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us. Something to chase.
Alright, let's go to the cabin. What's the inside gonna look like now?
The interior of the cabin
Oh,
is
it has to be a
suffocatingly
mirror?
tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against
Interesting.
your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade
And a mirror.
perched on its edge.
And a mirror.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
Yeah.
A mirror? But there is no mirror. There's the iron altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the
There's
basement.
no door to the
There
basement.
isn't a door.
Yeah.
There is. Circles, circles, all of it.
Yeah, there's
circles.
no. Yeah,
There's
there's.
something for us.
The
at
narrator
end of
can't
road.
see this.
The what and the why don't matter until we know them. I agree
Okay.
with the freak. Let's get a move on already. And worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
Alright, let's. let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
I suppose. All right. Let's go.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right.
You make it sound like I'm in Whose Line Is It Anyway? Or anyway. That's not a Freudian slip, I swear.
Why don't we wipe it clean?
You know what? We're gonna smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Yeah, we touched the mirror last time and we got that fractured
Before you
ending.
is what may as well be a sheer cliff
Woo!
face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort.
Yeah,
The air
I am not
hissing from
human.
below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
She's gonna be
voice,
bigger, isn't she?
bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show.
Wow.
I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Oh, actually, that probably works for Mr. Stubborn, too.
But that wouldn't be fun. I don't want to be a monster chasing you down. I want to face you head on. I want an equal. It's so much better that way.
Oh,
We need
wow.
to get closer. She needs to see us to give chase.
Okay, so am I listening to the
Nowhere
hunted
to
or
go
the
but
stubborn?
down.
I'm kind of curious now.
You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering
don't know.
yourself foot by grueling foot.
I mean, listen to the narrator
Soon,
both times. I'm getting
there is
trouble.
solid
So.
ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her.
Assuming I go outside.
You turn to face
Oh,
what
her
lies at the
tail's
end of
bigger.
the narrow tunnel.
And so is her horns.
The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
Huh.
Her face widens into a broad grin.
Yeah, I see that.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Wow. Do we know each other still?
Don't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. I really don't like the sound of this.
No, I
It's
don't.
the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Mr.
If
Stubborn
we're
doesn't even
gonna
want to
do
tell
this
us anymore?
right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Whoa! You wanna... Alright.
This again? What does free even mean? Here and there, none of that matters. I'm always in a body. I'm always in one place.
Whoa.
Why do you act like you know me better than I know myself?
I don't.
I had
I'm just trying to
what
see
I
them all.
wanted. I had something perfect and it ended. And now that it's gone, you just keep dangling it in front of me. It's more than teasing. It's cruel. It's cowardly. It's selfish.
Starting to sound like I'm...
I know what I want, and I'm sick of waiting.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward,
Ooh.
ignoring her chains as they bend and
Wow.
snap. Run.
Wait, who does it want to run?
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you
I didn't
glance
say I was going
back.
to run, but okay.
The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Wow.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
We stalk her much?
You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
This is interesting.
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there, and we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door.
Wow, yeah, she mad.
And roll onto the grass.
Let's go, girly.
You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway.
She got
You're
taller.
walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over.
She got 4 toes
So
on stuff
get
too.
it.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Wow.
Do it. Be swift, strike true,
Yeah.
be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Alright. Let's move.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Let's slay the princess then, huh?
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash.
I'll help.
That's where you're both wrong. Left, now! As the
Yep.
princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling
Yeah,
as
she
her
got too much
balance
muscle
shifts
now, so we're a little
unexpectedly.
faster. Oh, look, her ears are different too.
Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's
Yeah.
nothing. A scratch. Yes. It could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return.
Medium roll versus heavy roll, yeah.
I'll be damned. We're actually
Fat
gonna
rolling.
pull this off, aren't we? You
I don't know.
just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yeah.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to
This
death.
sounds more like a Naruto ending.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again.
You sure we can't believe in the power of friendship?
She's
I think I try that one
stronger,
next
but you're
time.
faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More!
Wow.
Keep
I guess
going,
I'm a-
we can't stop
I guess,
now!
I guess I'm a dex build and she's a strength build?
You spy an opening.
Uh-oh.
This time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground.
Ow.
Nothing! These blows are nothing to us!
Actually, they are. It hurts.
But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill
Oh,
you.
really?
She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
Wow.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And
And then what happens? Yeah.
then what happens?
Whoa! Oh no, not the mirror thing again.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Yep, we're back in the mirror.
Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
Yep.
Why is it here? Why now?
Now I have all my memories back. Yep. Yeah, it's really good, and it's also very interesting how I am myself and also not. Like, you're technically you drive the hero, but look at this, at the way they write this. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but not for me. As if I am myself driving.
But it
Yep.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yep, it will.
thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
I'll see you. I don't know if I'd say it's going to be okay. It is the end
What
for
is
you,
that
but I mean,
supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse
Yeah.
now. Death. Real death.
Screw that. This can't be the end. It just can't.
let's approach the mirror. We approach the mirror, and I gaze at my reflection, and I have monster fingers! Yep. Mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Yep. And it's me. I am the monster. Oh, I've grown! Yep. Let's approach the cabin and go talk to the infinite princess. Oh, she looks different now. I was expecting her to look the same. But now...
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Okay.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Yeah, let's try that again. Are you the same being as before? How much has changed? How much
Is a
has
child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
So is this the being that's going to take over the world, or is this something else? Does it feel like to change like that?
Eyes
Yeah.
close in reflection.
Yeah. I feel like that butterfly meat. Is this a deity? Or just a outer god like Cthulhu I'm trying to help bring to the flesh? I don't know.
Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
One of her old hands is holding her hand. That's kind of fun.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Okay. But alright, do you know what you want to do when this is all said
With
and
every
done?
gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
It's no different than anybody else who grows in life. This has
I
got a
cannot
good
tell
thought
you what
process to it.
desires I will hold when I have changed.
Very interesting, Phantom.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Oh, aren't you sweet? Here.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Oh. So I can't re-see endings? Is that what they're trying to tell me? Okay. Well, I am going to say this one here.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
I wish that was the case for everybody. Yeah.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Well, that's an interesting way to think about stress
I
and
would be
handling.
alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
This must be the love story part of it, huh? Oh. He does yap a lot, yep. Alright, let's go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Yep. Back to the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Yes.
And in the basement of that cabin,
let's do another playthrough,
is
Phantoms.
a
I'm gonna try this again.
princess.
Let's try
You're here
talking.
to slay her.
No knife this time.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, we've... Yeah.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
I don't want to slay anybody.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, you're just harsh. Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
What's that supposed to mean? No way. Alright. Let's continue silently to the... What's the opposite of I can fix her? That's an
You make
interesting
your
way to
way
try to
up
fix
the
it.
short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
At this point, I don't even want to try talking to the other stuff with the narrator at the
We're
moment.
not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah, we heard that
Ignore
part.
him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He is supposed to be the voice of reason, though. Alright, let's go into the cabin. This time, I'm going to try no knife and see what happens.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
No
bare.
mirror this time. I suppose the
air
mirror only
is
shows up when
stale
you
and
have
musty,
one
and the
playthrough.
floor and walls are
You gotta get to a
painted in
chapter 2 before
fine
there's a
layer
mirror.
of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Actually, to be honest, I don't want to take the blade this time. Let's see what happens if I don't.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Yep.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp.
we heard
A
that part.
voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Let's see what kind of monster she turns into when we don't have a knife.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
So who is the
You're playing
narrator
a
in this
dangerous
story?
game by coming here unarmed.
I'll just
Good.
continue downstairs.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Shush it. You're fine. I've already tried that before.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
It's a very interesting way to tell a story. I like how it's kind of a little disorienting, but also an interesting thing to have it where the screen moves with the mouse. It's a really good effect in that first session we did.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Hey,
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
yeah, I think we're okay.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hey, hang on, it's not perfect.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh,
Do you have a name?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Let me actually have a name for you this time.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Eat the princess. If I'm...
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Well, curiosity.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Yeah. Alright. So, Princess is your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Now, we're gonna try a pacifist run. There's no blade today. Yeah.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, but nobody seems to know it.
You have all the explanation you need.
We have no
you
explanation.
should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
So far, trusting you hasn't helped me either. Alright.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
We're doing pacifist run. Let's see how bad this can get.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Well, here. Yeah.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
But I'm gonna do a pacifist run. Let's see what happens if I believe this. I want to see how weird this is gonna get.
How long has she been locked away?
Yeah.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I mean, no, but I've already seen the fractured mirror, so... I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Yeah, and you also can tell the truth.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
I know this is going to backfire, Phantom. That's kind of the whole point. The very first mirror, you mean me touching it? Because, I mean, so far we've had to touch it twice.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
Yeah.
This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
Now, let's see how bad this is if I treat this actually as a logical person.
Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Well, that's a logical jump.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Yeah, but that kind of risk thinking is what it's like for every person you meet. That's not a way you should be thinking about life. see if I can get her to
That
tell me
seems
more.
like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Then why didn't she find a way
So
out already?
I'm the only one who liked that idea.
Oh, yeah. No, I believe this is an unreliable narrator.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Oh, there we go.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay. That's the kind of face that you didn't have to pull. I was that close to going full pacifist and just not even worrying about it. I could try to retrieve the blade, lock her in the basement. I mean, I know all three of these are going to make this bad, but I did say I was going to go full pacifist this one, at least this chapter, so let's see what happens.
You can't be serious.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake.
Oh, no, I know that.
No. I think you're doing the right thing.
No one's talking to you, hero.
You
You
walk
have no
up to
idea.
the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Oh, interesting.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Here.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into
Is that your
place.
doing, narrator?
Someone else here.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Yeah, I think that's what you're doing.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Oh, yeah. Is it the heat of
You
passion?
make your
or-
way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
I did that last time,
Easier
remember?
for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Sadly,
There's a
yes.
slight panic rising in the
Is
princess's
she gonna eat me now?
voice.
Or am I gonna have to eat her?
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
She barely
Oh!
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Oh,
As she
jeez.
rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Whoa!
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
No, we're
Fine.
going pacifist.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Yeah, I already know this is a bad idea. I just want to see what happens if I go full
You
pacifist.
cut into her flesh.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Ouch!
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens if I'm a complete dunce. Let's see
She
what...
didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
No, she's my Cthulhu princess now.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
Yeah, I figured you're the one that locked the door.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Go to
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Yeah, no spoilers. I know this is a bad thing, so...
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
I haven't seen this ending
But
yet.
the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I've already died 3 times already. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
I haven't seen this ending.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm gonna see what happens if I'm trying to be a
I'm
pacifist.
sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Yeah, I know. She's
She
gonna have to
plunges
kill me.
it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Yeah, I figured that was
You
gonna
aren't
happen.
dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
You have no idea what's gonna happen. All I know is I'm locked in an eternal time paradox, and I want to see what happens if I'm nice.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive.
Interesting.
The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this,
Oh no,
right?
it won't, hero. Don't worry.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
The damsel. I'm kind of curious about this ending now.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path
Full
is
pacifist
a cabin.
run. There is no murdering
And in the
here.
basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah.
Why tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
That's what I took that.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us
Well,
will be
that might not be the
foiling
same
any
anymore,
and all
buddy.
assassination
Well,
attempts.
you starting to sound like Zap Brannigan from Futurama.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Yeah, the narrator's in on something, but we also don't know what he's in on.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted.
Okay,
Her
now,
beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
yeah, he is exactly Zap
I
Brannigan.
do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs
What if
to
we're the
live.
narrator? Well, I noticed the
Something's
voice of the
about
hero and the
your
narrator
words.
sound the same, but I don't know if they actually are or not, but they do sound the same.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
But I don't think we are the narrator. At least not yet. I suppose we could be, but...
The interior of the cabin is clean
I
and
don't want to-
elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched
I
on
am
its
really
edge.
curious if touching the mirror goes back to that weird fluffy ending or not, with the fracturing. I don't think it would, though.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this
Oh, I'm
right.
sure. This game's already been proving to be a, doing the whole, what was it? The literature club game. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's the one with, it was supposed to be a horror story, but it was also supposed to be inspired by romantic visual novels. I can't remember what it is. Okitori literature? No, that's not right. Shoot, the name is escaping me for some reason. But Doki Doki, thank you, Life. Yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club, where you, the player, are actually a character in the game more than actually the character you're playing as. So I got a feeling they're doing the same thing with this one. No, we're gonna go right into the basement. Screw you! Haha, we're going pacifist run. Let's see how bad this gets.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls.
I'm really interested to see
The basement
how
almost
different
seems
Chapter 1 can
welcoming
get.
in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Okay.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's
Hey,
somehow
no,
even
it's
more
not-
beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Dude, she tried to eat her arm. Knock it
I've
off.
held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess.
Yeah, thank you.
We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yeah, thank
yes,
you.
for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Shush, narrator. We already know she's
You
a
walk
kind
down
of
the stairs and lock
otherworldly
eyes
deity
with the
living
princess.
multiple realities.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Shush,
Oh,
man.
your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
Yeah, the narrator and I are completely in agreement.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's
Yep.
right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
So the narrator is also some kind of deity, but
Horrible
doesn't
for
have
you, maybe,
multiple
but
universe
we've been
stuff.
given another opportunity to sweep her
multi-universe
off her
visions,
feet
huh?
and treat her like the lady she is.
Smitten,
Now,
stop.
hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been.
I'm going pacifist,
I
but
shan't
dude,
let
knock it off.
anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost
Yeah,
it.
he has, but
Don't
still.
let him distract you. Just do your job.
I don't have a knife, so it doesn't matter. What happened if I died?
You died, and now we're talking. I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her... What?
Oh, shush.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I know. Kip. Ah, yes, I know exactly how you feel.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride.
Yeah.
To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Alright.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy.
Yeah.
My heart
Zap,
melts
zap,
further with every
stop,
word
stop.
that
I'm trying to
passes
think
through her
here. Zap,
beautiful lips.
zap.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, that's not. Nah, I don't want the world ending.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Alright, let's go rescue the princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Whoa.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Oh wow, he can literally slip her right off.
And gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Considering that, that she could have gotten out at any time, and we've had a previous ending where she also could get out at any
I
time.
can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Yeah, you sound like a cultist. Stop.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
And now it's in the eat my
Only
face.
you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily,
No,
for
we're trying
Mr.
to see-
Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Now we're seeing what has
Who
to
needs
do
a
pacifists.
weapon
Come
when
on.
We have the power of love on our side.
What do we do now?
Yeah,
That
okay.
sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world.
I mean, have you
for
seen my
our
hand? I'm
happy
still the
ending.
monster yet,
I
so...
like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you.
Oh
She
no,
doesn't
I'm
have
not.
to be
I'm
so
expecting her to
happy
push us
about
down the
this.
stairs and lock the door.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Yeah.
That's a familiar move.
Yeah.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no, Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair.
Yeah,
The
we're just some
unfairnesses of the
chickens.
world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with
I know
this true love.
Yeah,
nonsense.
we just met her.
met her.
Now, I know you have super strength. Just kick the door down.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper
Stop.
than anything
Ah,
you will
no,
ever
stop.
know. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, let's do it together.
Okay.
Let's
yeah,
do
let's do it.
King and Queen of Hell. Let's go.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and...
Oh, there's the knife.
That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Oh, that's going to do a really weird story, I got a feeling, for the second one. Yeah, no,
You're
we're going to do a full
enjoying this,
pacifist.
aren't
Yeah, we
You're
are.
taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
No, I'm doing the pacifist run. I want to see how bad this gets.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Love will set you free.
A happy ending at last.
And now she'll eat her face.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too
so we go
busy
right to the
staring
mirror? I would have figured
at
something
the
bad was going to
devil's
happen then.
eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy
Our
of a
feathers.
princess.
Oh, I actually have feathers. Oh, nope, she got fused into the homunculus. Yep, we're back in the mirror.
She's
Yeah.
gone. Where did she go? Should we
Psychic
try and
damage
find
to the
her?
narrator. The narrator hasn't let me know that he actually is feeling damage yet, so...
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
we know. I already know this. Yeah, we're
It
fine.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It might.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Why do I have feathers?
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
You're only partially right. Gaze into my reflection. They're gone again, and the mirror always makes them leave. Yep. I'm melting. What? I've withered? Alright, let's head to the cabin and see what this princess says.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
Yeah.
A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
It's like she's squeezing her own mouth to talk. That's so weird.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Mm-hmm. Why do you gotta hold her eyes? Well, I know what a contradiction.
As easily as you can stand to
I know,
be
the
you,
music is nice.
you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
I don't even know if we have a soul yet. Figuring that part out myself. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can't you
I'm
give me a straight
sorry.
answer?
Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say.
Yeah, that's words in
If
general,
you do
honey.
not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Interesting. I know that contradictions exist all the time. So what do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
Interesting.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
What? This one keeps... Yeah.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
So, we don't actually know if the world comes to an end or not, huh?
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Interesting. Let's see here. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, that's actually the theme I've got with this myself, is that everything together will help her become a solid being. Experiences, real life experiences are part of what makes you who you are, both for good and for ill. And you can be whatever you want to be, no matter what the experiences you've had in the past, assuming you haven't made inconsequential mistakes that will ruin the opportunities to be what you want. And even then, it's never fully 100% out of reach. You might not be able to be an astronaut, for example, if you don't have the health for it, but it doesn't mean you can't do something equally as rewarding that's within the ballpark of what you want. Maybe you'll end up studying space, or if it's a flying you like, well then maybe you may become an airplane pilot, or any number of things. It's not much different in that case. Oh, I did not see these two, and I'm really curious about that, but I don't know. I had a few questions about this too. Yeah, this one. I want to know what it hurts.
Me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Oh, that's a interesting question to say. No, I don't hate her. I just... Yeah, I don't have an opinion one way or another on the matter.
How strange of you to ask me, then.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay, let's see what she wants next time.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and tells me new secrets.
Interesting. I got a feeling that these will help me figure out, actually, ask her questions about how far into the game I am. So,
we will know when we near our destination.
Yeah, so I'm too far away to be able to ask that one yet. Alright, I gotta ask contradiction. Get that out of the way.
My waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
Not yet, anyway. I wonder if the hands will eventually
I
get smaller.
am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Really want to know more about that. Okay. Kind of ready to go back, but at the same time, I know I'm also running out of time, so this might actually have to be the last run for today, but I am excited to see more of this game. Let's hit the go back button.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. You always end up dying in the end. Chapter 1, the hero and the villain. Bring the damsel to her, a loving vessel.
You're on a path.
Okay, save my progress. Thank you. So, Phantoms, I think that's going to have to be it for now. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. Yeah, see, the browser's having a wonky thing with this now that I moved back over to the browser. I got to figure out why the browser isn't as transparent as it's supposed to be. I'll figure that out. I wonder if there's an update I'm missing. But hopefully you Phantoms had a blast. I know I did as well. I'm going to turn that thing off. It's annoying the crap out of me. So, we will try to do this again. Let me know in the future, if you're watching this after the fact, in the comments or maybe in the chat, how often you want me to try to do this one again. Because if you guys enjoyed it, I will play another playthrough and see more of these endings. As I said, I feel like this has got a lot of depth to it, and I really do want to see more of it. Maybe I might do this with somebody else and do some other adventures with the missus. I know she was excited about this. Or maybe I'll do... I don't know. I have to know how the part 2 is going to go. But this has been exciting, and I would love to see another part. I'm glad you agree with me, Life. So, Friday will be the next part of Elden Ring. We'll see if we can finish off the Belarus town settlement. And then after that, we'll have next week as well. As we always do. 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, so that way you can see when that comes up. Until next time we meet up, Phantoms, good day, good night, and I will see you all later.